What's going on, everybody? KingofDragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Mattel DC Comics Multiverse Kid Flash from the Lobo Collect and Connect series. Here we do have Wally West in the packaging. What we're going to do now is take a little break, get him opened up, and then we'll have a better look at the figure inside. So stay tuned, everyone. And so here we have Kid Flash posed and out of the packaging. Before we have a look at Kid Flash, let's actually take a look at what he comes with. Kid Flash, of course, does come with the arms of the Lobo Build-A-Figure, as well as the chain weapon, which we'll have a better look at when Lobo is all put together. As far as exclusive accessories to Kid Flash goes, he comes with two sets of hands. He comes with a right hand that's open for grasping, a fist left hand, and then he also does come with a pair of flat palm hands for running poses. So overall, not much that Kid Flash comes with that you wouldn't expect. I would have liked to see maybe some lightning attachments, just, to give him a little more character. But as it stands, I really do like the way this figure came out. So what we're going to do now is actually get a better look at Kid Flash. And so here we have a closer look at Kid Flash, and they did a really good job sculpting the head on Kid Flash here. I really do like the mask, how it does expose his hair. You can see he does have a little lightning bolt shaved into his head. Not really something you would expect from a hero, considering he's Kid Flash, and that kind of does give away his secret identity, but overall I still like the aesthetics of this figure. You can see he does have the lightning right here on his ears. Really good job on the paint. His face is actually done really well, and I really do like the way his eyes are painted. His eyes are painted wonderfully, and just as you would expect, he has no eyebrows painted on the mask, so really do like that. Moving on to his torso, you can see he has the flash bolt going on to his chest. Unfortunately, it's not sculpted, it's just pasted on, but it's really clean, and I do appreciate the fact that it's a clean looking sculpt. Onto his shoulders, I guess you can see he does have some line work that doesn't quite line up. That is a little bit unfortunate, but it's nothing you'll notice just looking at the figure head on. Something you will notice is that his torso, shoulder, and bicep are all different colors of yellow. It looks like the torso matches the bicep a little better, but you can still see an obvious color difference between the bicep, shoulder, and torso. I don't know how well that's coming up on camera, but it is really noticeable to the naked eye. His gloves are painted really well, although there are some spots that you can see aren't quite as clean as they should be. His left arm is cleaner than the right, and you can see the red is painted really well. Moving on to his lower torso, you can see he does have his belt painted on. The black actually is really clean. The yellow, again, because it's painted on red, you can see there is a color difference between yellow paint and yellow plastic, which I really wish that they would have either sculpted all this out of yellow plastic and painted it red, or paint, I don't know, I think that would have been the best way to do it. Have his lower torso cast in yellow, then just paint the red on it. But overall, still a really nice figure. Going down his legs, he just has red pants. Moving on to his boots, which are yellow, and they do have the lightning continuing on them. Unfortunately, Wally West here does not have sculpted boots. Everything you see is just printed on. So it is a little bit unfortunate that we don't get any sculpt work on his ankles to signify the difference in boots, but it's neither here nor there. Something I do like is that he gets his own unique feet. You can see he does have sculpted line work right here on his toes, and then we get some red applications right here. And then on the back you can see his heel is also sculpted. And then we also do get sculpted treads on the bottom of his feet, something I wouldn't expect Mattel to do, but they did anyway. So overall, really good character design here on Flash, and they did a really good job bringing this character to life. So what we're going to do now is actually compare Kid Flash to a few other figures you may have in your collection. And so here we have Kid Flash posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and a DC Multiverse Superman. Here we do have Kid Flash posed next to a WWE Elite Scale figure and a Mezco 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. And for our final comparison, here we do have Wally West posed next to the DC Universe Classics Classic Flash and the DC Universe Classics Kid Flash. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually have a look at his articulation. Now, Kid Flash does sport the standard DC Multiverse articulation. He does have a ball joint in the head. Unfortunately, he can't really look up. He can look down a little bit. He does get really little side-to-side pivot, but we do get some pretty good rotation right here. Arms on a ball joint go out to about that far. They do a full 360, a little stiff on my figure. He has bicep swivel. He has a single bend in the elbow, although we don't get 90 degrees. You can kind of force it to go a little further, but I wouldn't try forcing joints. He does have rotation and hinge at the wrist. His ab crunch does go back about that far. Comes forward quite a bit. I really do like that bend. He swivels at the waist. Legs do go forward, back, and out all the way. Mattel has discovered how to make hip joints do the split, something Hasbro is still working on. He does have swivel at the thigh, and it's all really stiff. Double jointed knees work really well. Has a hinge in the foot, goes back, forward, and then forward facing pin for rocker ankle. So there's really not much that you can't get him in. I would have liked to see double joints in his elbows, but it is what it is. So with Kid Flash's articulation out of the way, let's get him posed for my final thoughts. And so here we have Kid Flash posed and out of the packaging. Although I really do like this figure, I do feel that this torso is kind of big for a teenager body. It seems a little too tall, however, it is much better than the DC Universe Classics teenage body because that felt like an adult just shrunken down. The proportions on him look much better for a teenager. Now, if you are looking for the Lobo series, I really haven't seen this series in stores. To be quite honest, my Targets barely got a restock of the Super Lex figures, so I have no idea what the official street date for the Lobo series is. I was lucky enough to get my series from my local comic book store, so huge shout out to Black Sheep Comics for getting this out to me so I could review it for you guys. If you are looking for a Kid Flash here, you will have to check either online retailers or even your local comic book stores, or wait and hope that this series actually does hit retail. With that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go check out all my other action figure reviews, as well as all my other DC Multiverse videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments. And if I have room for it in my collection, I'll definitely take a look at it. And as always, check out my Instagram for new and exciting action figure pictures. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.